Hi, my name is Teacher Yati. I am your chemistry teacher for today. I'm going to teach you all Chapter 3, Form 4, the mole concept, chemical equation and formula. Okay, let's start the lesson. Okay, every chemical in this world is split by two, non-metal and metal. So every non-metal is a negative charge and metal is a positive charge. So for this topic, I'm going to teach you a chemical formula, chemical equation and how to calculate the mole. Okay, let's start. First, okay, this one is a metal. Element, I give a three example. It's like sodium, magnesium and aluminium. Symbol for sodium is Na. You can check in the periodic table. Magnesium is Mg and aluminium is Al. Okay, charge. How are we going to determine the charge? Sodium actually is a group 1 in the periodic table. So that's why the charge is positive 1. Magnesium is a group 2 in periodic table. The charge is positive 2. Aluminium is a group 13 in the periodic table and the charge is positive 3. So this is a metal element. Okay, just now I wrote about metal. Now I'm going to write about non-metal. Okay, this is a non-metal which is chlorine, oxygen and phosphate. So chlorine, the symbol is Cl and then the charge is -1. Oxygen is a symbol is O and the charge is -2 and the phosphate is symbol is a PO4 and the charge is -3. Okay, now student, I'm going to teach you chemical formula. Okay, to do the chemical formula, every chemical formula we call salt. Okay, salt means combination between metal and non-metal. Metal is positive charge and non-metal is negative charge. How to do chemical formula for magnesium chloride? Symbol for magnesium is Mg2+, and symbol for chlorine is Cl-. To do the chemical formula, you have to cross over the charge. 2 you come here and -1 you come here. Then it will be MgCl2. This is the chemical formula. This is the first example. Second example, I'm going to show you aluminium oxide. The symbol for aluminium is Al3+. The symbol for oxygen is oxide is O2-. Same method, crossover. 3 you come here, 2 you come here. It will be Al2O3. So this is the chemical formula for aluminium oxide. The chemical formula itself actually is only this one. If the whole thing we call ionic equations. So it's two different things, okay? This is ionic equation. This is the chemical formula. What is ionic equation? Ionic equation is a combination between ion plus ion will produce a salt. But two ions combined to produce a salt must be positive ion and negative ion. Then you can produce a salt. Mg is 2+, fluorine is F-. Combination between fluorine and magnesium will produce magnesium fluoride. This is a salt. But this is a ionic equation. Ion plus ion will produce a salt. Okay, student. Just now we learned about chemical formula and ionic equations. Now we're going to learn about how to do balanced chemical equations. Okay. This is an example of the magnesium chloride and aluminium oxide. Both of them are salt. This is the reactant and it will be the product. What is the product? Magnesium is a metal and chloride is non-metal. Aluminium is a metal and oxide is a non-metal. To get the product, you have to switch this metal combined with this non-metal. This metal need to combine with this non-metal. Then you will know what is the name of the product before we go for the simple chemical equations. Magnesium will combine with oxide. It will become magnesium oxide. Plus, aluminium will combine with the chloride. It will call aluminium chloride. So this is the reactant, this is the product. For this chemical equation, 2 reactants and 2 products. Okay, this is the symbol for magnesium chloride. Mg2+, chlorine is Cl minus. The chemical formula for magnesium chloride is MgCl2 because 2 come here, minus 1 come here. This is the symbol for magnesium chloride. Aluminium oxide, Al3 plus, oxygen 2 minus. So what will be the product? 3 you come here, 2 you come here. Al2O3. This is the chemical formula for aluminium oxide. Now, magnesium oxide. Mg is 2 plus, oxygen is 2 minus. Supposed to be 2 come here, O come here, Mg2O2. Since both numbers are similar, you have to cut off. It will become MgO. Clear? Right. Last part, aluminium chloride. Aluminium is 3 plus, chloride is Cl minus. 3 come here, minus 1 come here, it become AlCl3. So this is all chemical formula for these chemical equations. Now I'm going to combine all these chemical formula to form a balanced chemical equations. Okay, just now I wrote about all the chemical formula. Let's combine everything to become a balanced chemical equation. Magnesium chloride, aluminium oxide, magnesium oxide and aluminium chloride. So this is the symbol, magnesium chloride, aluminium oxide, magnesium oxide and aluminium chloride. So clear? This is the reactant, this is the products. Now, we need to balance the chemical equation left and right. How many atoms on the left must be equal to the how many atoms on the right. Example, this is magnesium. You have to assume that no number means got 1 atom here. Mg. This is 1 Mg, this is 1 Mg. Done. Chlorine. This is chlorine 2. Chlorine has 2 atoms. There, chlorine has 3 atoms. So in maths, you have to balance it by using how to make it 2 and 3 is equal number. By you times with this one with the 3, you have to times it with this 2. 2 and 3, we need to make it 6, which is LCM, lowest common multiple. You put 3 in front. Now, how many atoms of chlorine already? 3 times 2 is 6 atoms of chlorine. You need to make it 2 here. 2 times 3, it becomes 6. So now the chlorine atoms is balanced. 6 chlorine atom on the left, 6 chlorine atom on the right. But now, just now magnesium is 1. This is already changed to 3. 3 magnesium, 6 chlorine. This is only 1 magnesium. So you have to balance the magnesium by put 3 magnesium here. So now we already balance magnesium and chlorine. 3 magnesium, 3 magnesium. 6 chlorine, 6 chlorine. So done that part. Now we move to this side, which is aluminium oxide. How many atoms of aluminium? 2. How many atoms of aluminium? 2. So aluminium is done. It's balanced. Oxygen. How many atoms of oxygen? 3. 3 atoms. This is 3 atoms. So consider all, this one is a balanced chemical equation for this question. Okay, this is the second example for chemical equation that I'm going to show you. Ferrum oxide plus sodium hydroxide. Okay, the chemical formula for ferrum 3 oxide is Fe3 plus O2 minus, 3 come here, 2 come here. Will produce Fe2O3 for first reactant. Second reactant, sodium hydroxide. Sodium is Na, hydroxide is OH minus. 1 and 1, you cross, Na, OH. Chemical formula for sodium hydroxide. Okay, this is the 2 chemical formula for the reactants. Now, what is the products? Before you do the chemical formula for the products, you need to know what is the name of the products. Metal, non-metal. Metal, non-metal. Metal you combine with this non-metal. This metal you combine with this non-metal. Then you will get the products. Ferrum 3 hydroxide plus sodium oxide. This is the reactant. I'm going to write the chemical formula for the products. Ferrum 3 hydroxide, Fe3 plus, OH minus, 3 come here, minus 1 come here. FeOH3. Sodium oxide, Na plus, oxide 2 minus, 1 come here, 2 come here. Na2O. Complete chemical formula for products. This is a complete chemical formula for reactant. Okay, now I'm going to show you and combine all the chemical formula just now with the balanced chemical equations. Ferrum oxide, sodium hydroxide, ferrum hydroxide, and sodium oxide. As you know, this is the reactant, this is the product. Now we're going to balance left and right. What to balance? Number of atoms. How many number of atoms of ferrum? 2 on the left. How many number of atoms of ferrum for the right? 1. So we need to put 2 here. 2 ferrum, 2 ferrum. So done. Now oxygen. Left is 3 oxygen. How many atoms of oxygen on the right? 1 oxygen. So we need to put 3 in front to make it 3 oxygen here, 3 oxygen here. Okay, now ferrum and oxygen done. We balance sodium. How many atoms of sodium on the left side? 1. How many atoms of sodium for the right? 3 times 2 is 6 sodium. So we need to put 6 here. So 6 sodium, 6 sodium. Balance. Hydroxide. 6 hydroxide atom. 2 times 3 is 6 hydroxide atoms. So now this chemical equations is balanced. Okay, now we're going to enter another subtopic, which is formula. In chemistry, formula have 2 types. One is empirical formula, another one is molecular formula. Okay, what is empirical formula? Empirical formula actually is the simplest ratio of atom inside the element. And molecular formula actually is actual number of atom inside the element. Okay, example. For molecular formula, carbon, the charge is 4 plus. Oxygen, the charge is 2 minus. Cross, 4 come here, 2 come here, it become C2O4. This is the molecular formula, the actual number of atoms inside the element. When you simplify it, CO2. This is empirical formula. Alright. Now we going to question. 176 gram of ascorbic acid consists 40.8% carbon, 5.4% hydrogen and 54.66% oxygen, followed by mass. What is the meaning of follow by mass? Means you can cut off the percentage. That means 40.8% is 40.8 gram of carbon inside the ascorbic acid. That is called follow by mass. Okay. Given relative atomic mass for the element. This relative atomic mass, they will give in every question in SPM. Okay. Question number 1. What is the empirical formula for ascorbic acid? And B. What is the molecular formula for ascorbic acid? Okay, student, this is the how we going to calculate the empirical formula for the ascorbic acid. You have to draw this box because this is the requirement for the SPM exam, which is you have to split by element, mass in gram, mole, ratio and simplest ratio. So it depends on how the question looks like. Like this question, ascorbic acid, they provide 3 elements, which is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, some question they may have 2 elements only, maybe magnesium and oxygen. So it depends. Okay, we focus how we going to calculate this empirical formula for ascorbic acid. Mass for carbon is 40.8. You don't need to put G here because you already put G here inside this column. Hydrogen is 4.54 and oxygen 54.66. Now, you going to calculate the mole for all these elements. What is the formula for mole? Mass over the molar mass. Okay, mass for carbon is 40.8. The molar mass is 12. The molar mass we will be given in the exams. Hydrogen 4.54 divided by 1 and oxygen is 54.66 divided by 16. 12, 1 and 16 actually is the molar mass that it will be given in exams. Okay, once you calculate, take only 2 decimal points. 3.40, 4.454 and 3.42. Now, how are we going to calculate the ratio? All these mole, which one is the smallest mole? Which is 3.4. You have to divide all these mole with the smallest ratio, which is 3.4. You divide all by 3.4. Then you will get the number 1, 1.34 and 1. Okay. We supposed to cut this answer until here. But since the answer has a 2 decimal point, we need the whole number. So you have to time off with some numbers to get it whole number. Okay, 1 and 1 is already whole number. Now only the hydrogen is the problem, which is 1.34. You have to times with some number to get it whole number. So we times 1.34 by 3. You will get 4. All this one also you have to times with the 3. Follow the hydrogen. 1 times 3 is 3. This one is already 4. 1 times 3 is 3. So this is the ratio for empirical formula. C3H4O3. So this is the empirical formula for ascorbic acid. C3H4 and O3. Now we come for the second question. How to calculate the molecular formula? Okay. As you know, the mass for the empirical formula for the ascorbic acid is 176 gram. You take empirical formula, you put N equals to the full mass. Then the RAM for the C, which is molar mass for the carbon, is 12. 12 times 3, 1 times 4 and 16 times 3 equals to 176. The purpose you do this, just want to calculate the ratio of the N. 88N equals to 176, N equals to 2. Now the ratio is 2. You take the empirical formula, put back the N is 2, which is here. Then you expand. 3 times 2, 6. 4 times 2, 8. 3 times 2, 6. This is the molecular formula for ascorbic acid. C6, H8 and O6.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos. Get latest update by follow us on social media.